Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and get regular updates from AE.
Hey folks, welcome to AE Rishabh here, and yes, I am not in my room right now and I am not even in my city, that's Ahmedabad. So I am coming live all the way from Gurgaon, that is Delhi NCR, and yes, today we are going to talk about a couple of 300cc bikes, starting from the RR310, the G310r, and finally the all new Kawasaki Ninja 300 ABS that is locally made these days. So starting from the first bike first, that is of course the TVS's Apache RR310, and now as you all know, it shares the same engine with the BMW G310r. So now coming to the point, that is the engine specifications. The RR310 gets a 312.2cc engine that produces 33 bhps and 27 Nm of torque. It gets a 180 mm ground clearance, a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour, not miles per hour, and the front gets KYB upside down suspensions, and the rear gets dual swing arm, that is the basic monoshock suspension in the TVS RR310. So that's about the bike. Of course, it is from TVS, and the price when the bike was launched, it was somewhere around 2.3 to 2.4 lakhs ex-showroom pan India, and you might get that bike on road at a price of 2.6 lakhs. So talking about the power delivery of, I just said it, like it has a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour, but these were a couple of things which you should know actually before talking about the bike. So now let's hop on to the second bike, that is the BMW G310r. So as I said in the beginning of the video, the RR310 and the G310r shares the same engine. So of course we also get 312 cc's of displacement, then 33 bhps and 27 Nm of torque. But this time, because this bike is not a fairing sports bike, it's a naked sports bike, you could say for a city day-to-day basis, I would suggest not buying the RR310 for the daily use city day-to-day basis. So the G310r would go to a top speed of 143, not 160, but I think that is fine. Also the ground clearance is a bit smaller as compared to the RR310. So this one gets 163 mm of ground clearance, that was 180 mm. Again the same thing, 11 liters of fuel tank, but 1 liter for reserve, which is quite good. I think that's thoughtful from BMW. But the most controversial point about the BMW G310r, not controversial, but I would say it is actually worth it, its price. Like, it is 2.99 lakhs ex-showroom pan India, which would cost you somewhere around 3.5 lakhs, not 3, actually 3.5 lakhs on road, at least in Delhi NCR. So talking about the price range, I would definitely recommend that if you are thinking of KTM RC 390, or like, actually we won't talk about those bikes because of course they those bikes are 390 plus cc and 400 cc, so we can't actually take the Ninja 400 and compare them with the rest of both of those bikes, like the Domina, the RC 390 and the Duke 390. So that's a different different video. So coming back to the topic, like talking about this particular these three bikes, of course BMW will give you that quality which you need, and if you are thinking that the maintenance would be cheaper as compared to the BMW in TVS, that's not the case. Please go through the TVS dealership or the service center, go have a look at the price list which they are providing for the spare parts, and you will quite get to know what is the difference between a BMW and a TVS product. The last but not the least is the Kawasaki bike, and as I've said before, both the bikes share the same engine. So those are single cylinder 312cc engines. This is a twin cylinder, first twin cylinder 300cc bike, not even 300cc, it's 296cc's. So that is the best thing about this bike. Now talking about the power which this bike has to deliver is 39 PS, and bro, like, that is bonkers, because honestly speaking, like 39 PS in a lesser cc bike, which basically implies that Kawasaki has actually tried putting their engineering experts in actually providing a bike with lesser displacement and providing more power. So that's about the power delivery. It's 39 PS and 27 Nm of torque. So there is no such difference in terms of the torque figures in comparison with both of those engines, not both of those bikes. So that is about the Ninja 300. Again, some random figures. The ground clearance is very less, like very low. It's 135 mm. The top speed is again 160 kilometers per hour, but again 296cc, 312cc's. Learn the difference. Again, the most bonkers point, which I thought is just after a few days of the G310r launch, Kawasaki planted a bomb, which was the Kawasaki Ninja 300 localized. Like, basically it would be made here in India, so of course it's cheaper. So if you know the standard Kawasaki Ninja 300, it would cost you 3.6 lakhs, or the one which was basically, you know, imported from outside the country. Now it's localized and it would cost you a mouth-watering price of 2.98 lakhs ex-showroom pan-India. So 1,000 rupees cheaper than the BMW G310R. Quite a lot of power, more than the G310R, but again, it's a Kawasaki, so there might be a few issues in terms of the maintenance. I'm not quoting on that, so please, again, don't quote me on that. So that again depends on the area which you live and the type of staff that your Kawasaki, nearest Kawasaki dealership or showroom or the service center has. So that is the difference between all the three bikes. So if you choose, you know, if you are trying to figure it out between the BMW and the TVS, I would suggest you to go with the BMW, because it's not like, you know, they are taking more money just for the name's sake, or, you know, just because that has a BMW badge on it. But believe me or not, I have ridden both of those bikes, like the RR310 for a good 20-25 kilometers, the G310R for, you know, 2 or 3 kilometers. But I would say the hump, the pump that it gives you, the G310R is much more than the RR310. Again, fairing and naked sport, that's up to you, like what do you want. And yeah, it's a deal, because it's not a deal, actually it's a problematic thing, because there's a hefty difference of almost 90,000 to 1 lakh rupees in between both those bikes. But again, if we compare the G310R with the Ninja 300 ABS, yes, the latest one is ABS, so there might be a few, you know, technicality things which you might, to be honest, that's up to you. That's completely up to you if you want to go with a Kawasaki or a G310R. Again, both of those maintenance figures will be out soon, because as soon as you get to know about the reviewers and you know, the user reviews basically. So that's a video which I would, you know, say that it's a brief explanation of what to choose from these three bikes. Again, I can help you choose between the TVS or the BMW, or the Kawasaki. TVS can't beat Kawasaki. I would, you know, definitely straight say that on the front of the camera. So I think that's it for the video today. I hope this was a not that long video for you guys and to help you explain, and I'm quite sweating. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. This is Rishabh signing off. Again, I'm really sorry for not been uploading since quite a long time. Thanks for watching. This is Rishabh signing off. Please do subscribe. Thanks for watching. Ciao.